Okay, back in session. And we need Josh Armstrong. Okay. Yeah. Did you guys have anything to add to the list? First question. That's probably something that should be on the list, I would say. Yeah. Jim did have a question about the septic ordinance. And what we looked at, and this has been ongoing for a couple of years, Todd and I tossed it back and forth quite a bit. And we was thinking about maybe rewriting that ordinance. Any house that is sold would have to be tested, certified. The septic would have to be certified as being operable and pass certified inspection before a house could be change ownership. That was my perception or my suggestion. Try to clean up some of these delinquent, non-functioning septic systems. And there are a lot of them in the county. Just that's what that was about. Heads up on that. We can get further detail on it. Probably we have to get with the health board and discuss this with them as far as what they would have, because they'd want to have input on that, obviously.
But after you sent the list, I did stop at the health board and I got our current ordinance. Not to quote Kathy, but my understanding from what she said is that state law now says that our ordinance cannot be any more strict than what state ordinance is, the state law. So I guess we'd have to know what the state law is in regard to mandating a house that is sold.
Yeah.
Having that. I don't know if that, I haven't seen the state. I got a copy of ours because I obviously haven't kept up on it to try to understand it.
Right.
Kathy she was pretty adamant that whatever our county ordinance is cannot be more strict than what the state is. And then I was reading online through, and there's 2 or 3 on septic systems in the state legislature now, so we may have to wait and see how that all ends up.
Yeah.
You know, in the Plan Commission, it was discussed that we have a requirement now for new homes to be on 2 acres. And that's just a flat requirement. It's not connected to septic systems. Septic systems was probably the reason that was put in there, but it wasn't said you have to have 2 acres now for a new home lot because of a septic system. Because the statute, the way it's worded now, is if we would have put that in there, connecting it to septic systems, we'd have to take that out and not require that. But currently, we just have a requirement for 2 acres, and it's not connected to septics. But apparently, we can't require 2 acres for it if you can get a septic on 1 acre.
And the other thing you have to know with the state ordinance, does that pertain to the design of the septic system, or does that would that pertain to other restrictions like the house sale? So until we know that, I guess we can't really move on it. But it might be design, we can't have a design that's more restrictive or more expensive than what the state would require. See, I'm assuming it's more about the design or the size of the septic system, the size of the leach field, or something like that, but I really don't know. I don't know those particulars.
Again, I don't know what the state,
Yeah,
that's kind of the hidden piece.
okay. Yeah, when we get that, we'll know.
What was the two, I kind of was confused by that. You said the
Oh.
2 acres, we can still keep the 2 acres for the building, we just can't have it be because of quote-unquote the septic system.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, and I don't know why the state changed the rules. It seems like 2 acres makes a lot of sense from a public health standpoint, to have enough land for a nice septic bed and that sort of thing. But I'm guessing that had been problems around the state regarding septic systems. That's why the bills are coming up or something to deal with issues that other counties are having. I don't know that we had a whole lot of issues.
We can determine how much acres you have to buy the land.
Yes, it's like in our zoning ordinance as to how much land you have to have to build a new house. In towns, it makes sense that you can have it closer together because you've got a sewer system.
Okay, good for that?
Well-
Good for now?
Well, history. Originally, it was 5 acres. And then the Realty Association didn't like the fact that it was 5 acres in the original, and so they dropped it from 5 to 2.
The state or we did?
No, the county.
Which county did, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, enough on that. Josh? You're on board.
Hi,
Good morning. Good afternoon.
how are we?
Good, how are you?
Yes. I think, yeah. Terrence, ready?
Oh, yes. You?
Yeah.
Yes, this is Ty Myers. Ty Myers is the vice president of our firm. Helps me run the day-to-day. He handles personal lines and also other commercial line accounts within our firm. The Armstrong Group is located here in Auburn. We are a local commercial insurance firm. We took over the Blackburn and Romney office off 7th Street. We do have full staff, so it's not just myself in there. It's Ty and I, and then we have a full-time lady in there with us, and then we have another part-time lady in there also helping us with the day-to-day operations. So it's not just us. We wrote the first policy September 10th for the Armstrong Group, and since then we are now managing quite a bit of premium. We are very busy, very successful already. Things are going great. Wanted to come and talk to you guys today to see if the Armstrong Group could have an opportunity to quote the insurance for the county. With my experience, Ty's experience with commercial insurance, I've been doing it for 15 years. Ty's been doing it for 10 years. I have insured other municipalities in the past. Great success. A lot of success with managing claims, getting claims down, getting premiums down, coming up with different ideas, different formats of premium reductions and things of that nature. So wanted to come to you fine folks today and see if that could be possible. Wanted to kind of give you my ideas on what we would do when quoting, and kind of share that with you. So the first idea would be the old-fashioned way. There are 2 carriers that I have my eye on, that if you guys gave us the okay that we would like the opportunity to go to, that would be Travelers, and then the other one would be Liberty Mutual, excuse me. Those would be the 2 carriers that we would like the old-fashioned way. And the old-fashioned way would just be us getting the information going to them with that information, answering all their questions, getting them all the information they need, giving them the loss runs. And then from there, them giving us the rates, the coverages, and then trying to get the best pricing possible, then presenting those two carriers to you folks and showing you what coverages and pricing they have from the information that we gave them. That's kind of the old-fashioned way of the insurance industry. The other idea that I have is kind of a new-fashioned way. Not sure if you guys are used to hearing this, so I want to bring to your attention. There is a new way of doing things that's becoming more popular. It's called a captive format. And what a captive format is, this is where we put the control back in the favor of us as the agent and you as the client. So the captive format would be where we create our own insurance policy. So we take the coverages that we want. We send it into the captive format. From there, the actuaries create the rate, and then we take the rate with the coverages that we decide that we want, and then we decide the coverages that we want. That gives us the premiums. From there, the premiums that we pay into the captive would also be backed by the reinsurance carrier. And then from there, if we have a good year, and if claims stay under a certain point, any revenue, any profits that the captive gets would then be returned to the owners of that captive policy. From there, the policyholders, the owners of the captive, would then decide what to do with those profits. Either you return them to the owners, or you keep them within the captive policy, so then that captive policy can pay future premiums or to help pay future claims. Now, on the other flip side of that, if the captive does have a bad year, then you would have to, your premiums would go up a tiny bit to help repay some of those losses. But since there's a reinsurance carrier attached to that captive, you only pay half of whatever those losses are, which is less than what you would pay with a normal policy. Because normal policy, if you have lots of claims, your premiums go way up. Where within a captive, your premiums, your losses are only half paid by the captive, and the other half are paid by the reinsurance carrier. So with the captive format, it gives us more power because it's basically your own policy. You're creating your own policy. It's your policy. You're in charge of it. You're the owners of it. If you're profitable within that policy, you get that money back. If the policy is not profitable, then the actuaries will raise that premium just a little bit to get some of that money back for the claims you did pay out. But then the next year, if the policy is back to being profitable again, those rates will go back down to where it was before those claims happened. So with this type of a policy, once again, it gives you guys and us all the power, not like a normal policy. So that's my new cool insurance idea, and I did trademark. So
My first question is, I don't want to have the issue we had last year with Bill signing the insurance to get it quoted out and
Yep.
having that old issue. I want to make sure that's clear. We don't have that
Yep.
issue, how that would work with
Yeah.
insurance trustees as our current insurance
Yep.
provider.
So I am not looking to become your guys' agent by you guys signing any kind of letter. That was not the case last year. That's not the case this year. At no time did Mr. Hartman sign any letter to transfer the rights of agency ownership over to anybody at any time last year. That did not happen. We were looking to quote. Unfortunately, by the time we got to the ball, the dance floor, we didn't have any carriers. So for us to show you what we could have done, we needed a carrier. Because as you guys know, with municipalities, if you go to the standard market, option A, like I just discussed, there's only 8 carriers. So, and unfortunately, if you go to the standard market, you only have 8 carriers. So if someone gets there first, we don't have a way to really show you guys what we can do. And that's why it's often in situations like municipalities, instead of having an agent go out and just quote 8 carriers, sometimes it's better to actually just interview agents and figure out which agent you want to become your agent, and then they become your agent for all those markets. But in this case, that's why I came up with a plan B, another way of doing this, because like you guys, kind of sick and tired of insurance carriers having all that power. I'm tired of insurance carriers telling people what they can and cannot do. If you guys want to be able to have a county home and do what you want in the county home, Plan B, you can do whatever you want. With Plan B, you can have whatever coverages you want in that captive policy. If you want to offer those services in the county home, in the captive policy, you can do that. It's your policy. You have total control of that policy. If you want to hire a full-time doctor and do surgeries in that county home, it's your policy. We can make that happen. I'm not advising
Going
that.
there.
No.
Not advising that. I'm just saying.
So to clarify,
But once again, sorry, I got kind of off track. But no, we're not looking for anything signed today. We're not looking to be your agent. I'm just giving you guys 2 options. Option A, normal. Option B, something new that you're going to start seeing a lot of, because with how the market is and how rates are and how the property market is, it's not good. So I'm not an agent that will sit here and be okay with clients getting plowed over with high premiums. So I'm the kind of agent who is looking for different options that other agents are finding different ways of getting.
Were you the agent that was involved in the letter that had been signed to travelers?
I was there part of that meeting.
it was with, I think it was a different group, because it was.
It's a
It was
different
a
group.
different group. That was before I left Gallagher.
Okay.
So
And so were you the one that came up with the idea to have the letter signed?
Tim and I, yes, yep. So so basically what it was is the letter was to give us permission to be able to quote travelers. So that's what that letter was. That letter was to give us the ability to quote only travelers. And that's what that letter was supposed to. That's what the whole thing. But it got severely blown out of proportion.
I just wondered if you, well, I mean, okay.
No, go ahead, Andrew.
I was just going to say, do you wish now that maybe you hadn't had that letter done or been a part of that?
I wish that it would have got explained better, so more people would have understood what that letter meant. Because Andrew, that letter is such a standard thing within our business. Because what it is, that letter is just for quoting purposes only. And what happened was when we reached out to that carrier had only been blocked, but nothing had been started. And so when a carrier sends in just starting papers to get stuff rolling, and they block that carrier, and then if they decide not to move forward with that carrier, it still stays blocked, and then you can't get numbers. So since everything was blocked, and at the time Gallagher had preferred rates with that carrier, we would have had a very good opportunity to get really good numbers from that carrier. But all that letter was supposed to do was just to give us rights, just to get a quote from travelers only, and that's it.
Well, I just wanted to ask a couple of questions because we have new commissioners on that were not here necessarily during that time.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
issue with that, so I wanted to.
Yeah, and I will tell you, anything you want to know, exactly what it meant. And like I said, Ms. Hartman, like I said, he was trying to look out for DeKalb County and taxpayers' money, and like I said, that it got way blown out of.
I think some of the issue was that he didn't have permission to sign it. I think it was some of the big issue of it too, so. But I want to go back to this new idea you have. So basically, we create the insurance, and then our policy, and then you go out to the insurance companies to see if they will
Nope,
partner with
is-
it, I guess? I was confused
No,
by that.
what it is so we take the coverages that we want, we send it in, the actuaries create the rates, and then we pay the premiums upon those rates. Those rates will be just as or better competitive than what we have now, because it is our captive. Like I said, the only thing that yeah, that's all there is. The best thing about the captive is the thing about the captive is, the reason why you don't hear a lot of it is because captives are not for the smaller premium. So captives are for larger premium. So anything over 400,000 premium is where they like it. Anything under that, it's not really worth for a company to have a captive policy.
So let me understand for sure. If we exceed the premium, who pays that?
You can see the premium
In loss.
in loss. So it's just like a normal policy. The policy pays out, then at the end of the year, the next renewal, when they re-rate your policy, if your claims are over your premium, then the rates will go up just because of the amount of claims that have been paid out. But on the flip side of that, if we have a good policy, a good year, and the claims are down, the profits will go back to the owners of that policy. And then from there, you as owners decide what you want to do with profit.
Where are we at in the last, say, 4 or 5 years as far as claims versus premium that we've paid? Do you have those numbers?
I don't. I would need your detail. When I resigned from Gallagher, all of my information I had for all of the years had to stay with that. So part of my employment contract.
Do we have that any place? Can we pull that up somehow? I'm not saying right at the moment, but
Yeah,
Yes.
and Mr. Hartman, this and
Yeah.
through the process of this, we would do a in-depth proposal that would show all that, show if this would be worth it. This wouldn't be just we hope this would out. There would be in-depth proposal on.
okay.
So what he's needing today would be the same as when Gallagher came and asked to be able to quote as well. So you guys aren't giving them, saying they're going to be your agent.
No.
You're giving them the ability to bring back options.
Right.
So, in my opinion, your decision, if you're giving more than one the ability now, I don't think it would hurt to have another one, and then you could have all the options.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically what I would do is I would go to the market. I would see if there's any carriers left. If there's not, then I wouldn't have any normal carriers. I don't need any letters. I don't need anything signed. And then if there's not any normal carriers left, I would just go ahead and go with that.
Questions, comments?
So in reality, we're not committing to anything.
No,
You're
I'm
just,
here to
you're
ask.
just providing information.
I'm here to ask you guys if I can have a shot at quoting it and showing you guys what I can do. Different way of doing that. That's it. Nothing. Asking you guys to say yes, you're our agent or anything, that's just asking permission. The opportunity to quote, show you a different.
If we do allow this, then it doesn't do anything. Carrier now.
Be no different than you guys giving, well, and Gallagher, you allowed Gallagher, you gave him permission to quote as well. So it'd be no different than allowing Gallagher to bring you quotes.
Yep, and the only difference is they're gonna come with carriers, and I'm gonna come with a captive, captive.
Mm-hmm.
So, and no, it doesn't hurt your current carrier. We wouldn't talk to your current carrier. We wouldn't deal with your current carrier, because we would get everything for you guys and Susan. We get your loss runs from you guys. We wouldn't talk to your current carrier. We wouldn't talk to your current agent. We wouldn't talk to you guys and Susan.
Personally, I'd like to see it. It's my,
And
My
like
thoughts.
I said, nothing needs signed. I don't need any documents signed.
You guys have to give them permission before
I don't fully understand your new and cool insurance that you're talking about, but I have no problem taking a look at it. I mean,
it'll be a process of learning.
there'll be a
as we
process of
go.
learning it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be,
a little bit like self-insurance on our health care, a little bit. In other words, we control
Yeah.
what it looks like, what the coverage
makes
is
me a little more
like.
nervous about it, but I don't have a problem at least
Well,
looking into it.
And I will, the captive side of it, I will have an expert with me also from the company that we're going through with this.
Mhm.
So he will be here. He will fly in for this. He's in, but yeah, I've already talked to him about this, and I did ask him if he would fly in, just so you guys can hear this, not just from me, but also someone directly from the company, just so you know, it's not just me being crazy.
I don't have a problem doing competitive bids. I always think, especially in government, that's a really good thing to have competitive bids. I just don't want our current carrier to be cut off.
No.
And
That's fine.
I'm fine with,
as long as that doesn't happen, why, I'm always in favor of competitive bids.
I'm in favor of it. I think it'll be a challenge for you. I mean, insurance trustee's done a great job for us over the years. So we'll have to just kind of compare it, but I have no problem with having multiple bids too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm friends with Kyle. Kyle and I've been friends for a long time. Dad and I've been friends for a long time. We're not really. So, yeah.
You're competitive friends.
Yeah.
No, and they've helped me out. I've helped them out. So,
Yeah.
but no, we are.
Well, you're not gonna,
Actually, I said hi to them on the way up. So,
Right, they didn't turn back around to see what you were doing.
So we need a motion
Yeah.
that you are allowing the Armstrong Group to.
quote,
yes. Well,
not bid.
well,
Yeah.
Yes, so I so moved that we allow them to quote insurance.
The Armstrong Group could specify.
I'll second it.
Have motion second on the floor. Additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Go for it.
Thank
you. Give us all that info.
Yep. Send me what you need and I'll get it over. Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure will.
Well, anything else?
Hey,
I do not.
I do not. Mr. Cruz?
Nothing that we need to talk about.
I've not heard anything back from Tyler, so I'll stop over there
Yeah.
and make sure that,
Okay,
and so the three of us at least
yeah,
we can deal with it in 2 weeks.
tomorrow, Thursday.
No, I'm at, as far
Oh.
as the bridge itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anything, Kellen?
I don't have anything, no.
All righty, then we will stand adjourned.